go, guys. Putting the new heart in the race machine. This is what dreams are made of. That and getting a leg goiter.
Hey, we got the 4G in here. 4G.
We got 4G.
It's in. Fired up.
All right, she's in. We're ready to go.
Whoa. Whoa, what happened here?
Well, I don't
Oh my God.
This idiot right here just took this thing down the road and did some testing. I mean, we were in Mexico again doing some testing, and
Crashed it.
after I swapped my clutch, so I put a stock clutch on it, and just to see what was going on, trying to troubleshoot why it was so slow. And so we put a stock clutch on. I did a high-speed run down the road, which is all ice. I got it up to 72 miles an hour, which I was really happy with that. But when I got off the throttle, the tail end got really out of control on me. I went around in circles and flew off the freaking sled. Broke the windshield. The thing was sitting upside down for a while.
Toast.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. I got a big ass bump on my leg and my knee's cut up.
He must be the stupidest son of a bitch alive. But he sure is fast.
So,
But it goes fast again.
yeah, the sled's fast, so that's all that really matters, I guess. Hey guys, how's it going? Got a little, we're doing a little shooting tonight. It's midweek. We typically don't do this, but we're gonna splice this clip into the next vid here. I know in the last video we kind of left you guys hanging. My sled wouldn't perform the way I wanted it to with the clutch that I had on it, which was one of these. So I took the cover off, and the reason why I was at such a loss here is because I have a brand new spring and I have new weights in my clutch. It's all cleaned and done up. And I actually used Comet's, this is a Comet clutch. I actually used Comet's recommendation for the recipe for the SR5 sled. So I went with their recommendation, and having it only top out at like 60 miles an hour was just driving me nuts. I didn't know where to go with it. I thought, okay, why would they recommend this recipe if it doesn't work? I just couldn't figure it out. So I took the cover off. I was going to look at my spring. I considered running the purple spring, which is close to the red one. But when I took it off, I kind of found something. Now, mind you, all this stuff was brand new. So when I took it off, I have a couple shims in here to raise the engagement. RPM. This spring it's a little defective. It's tight on the bottom, so it won't actually even sit down. So it's supposed to just slide right over the top and seat like that. But as you can see here, it hangs up because of this. I don't know if you can catch that, but this hook end goes in a little bit too much, and it doesn't allow the spring to fully seat down on either side. And what I'm assuming happens then is when the clutch starts to come together, this is a short spring, and I think the coils actually bind up, and you get coil bind, and then it just won't go any farther. So yeah, so really frustrating, but I just thought I'd update you guys on that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna try to file this down and see if it'll fit, or just I have a different one over here that fits properly. I'll probably either go with that or whatever, but yeah, then I'll get it out there and test, and when I do that, we'll show you guys what happens. All right, guys, so it's a couple days later here. Update on the clutching saga. We're going to do an update on Keegan's and Griffin's sled too. So the last clip there, I showed that I thought I knew what the problem was. Made sense to me. The spring was binding up, whatever. So I put a new spring in that clutch, took it out, and got the same exact results. I'm not really sure what's going on because those are specs right from Comet for the SRV engine or SR5. So what I ended up doing next was I threw some heavier weights in it. There was A1s in there, and now there's A54s in there. I don't remember if did I stick with the red spring? Yeah, I think I went back to the purple spring. So I went A54 weights with the purple spring, and I'm getting good top end, but it's kind of doggy off the line. It's like, I know all this stuff seems like little nuances and whatever, being too picky, but it's like when we have other sleds here that are exactly the same and you're getting different results, or right out of the box that one's not going to perform as good as the other one, it's hard for me to just walk away from that and just accept it. So I think my next move here is I took a Comet 102 off of one of the exciters that we had, and I put the A1, or no, this one has AC1 weights, which are a little bit heavier than the A1s, and a red spring. And I think I'm going to slap this one on and give it a try and just see how that goes. We know that Keegan's sled is over revving a little bit, and he's got A1s in his with a Comet 102. So like for those of you guys who don't know, like the difference between the 102 and like the 108 EXP, obviously they look different, but the 108 EXP is actually a bigger diameter clutch. I think it was made to be used with overdrive, whereas like these ones are a little bit smaller diameter, so you don't get the full shift out for top speed, which is a little bit of a negative, but I feel like Keegan's sled performs just fine the way it is. So I'm looking to hopefully match that with this, and yeah, we're down to the wire here, so I got to get this sorted out and just come to a conclusion on it. So we also scrambled, did a bunch of work to his sled, which was kind of a mad dash. Let him just go over what we ended up having to do. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he said, we only have like a week to go here. So we did those test runs now that we finally have like the trails open over here, and pulled it back in the shop. It was still performing just fine, and checked the plugs. And like, we're no experts on checking plugs, but one side was definitely a little richer than the other, and that engine there has never been opened. It was straight out of the junkyard. So rather than chancing it, driving 6 hours out to Minnesota and having like the engine blow up, we stole the engine out of the 85 there and just plopped it in here. It's this one has all new seals, and so the crank seal shouldn't be an issue anymore. But yeah, I don't know. The job it didn't take very long, but now that we're like down to the wire here, I don't really like making any changes.
Yeah, and this engine I did like a quick and dirty on last year. Split the case, put new crank seals in it. I don't remember if I took the top end off of it, and I want to say I did, and I honed it and stuff to kind of freshen it up a hair. But other than that, it has it's got like probably less than an hour, definitely less than an hour runtime on it since then. So it's kind of untested, but it should be good. It runs strong. So.
Yeah, so after we got it swapped, we just fired it up and it ran normal. And so, this thing is pretty issue free right now, but it does over rev. You probably saw in like the last clips, I was hitting like screaming away at 8,000 RPM, which is not, which is a little higher than peak horsepower for these. So I don't know.
It's not necessarily ideal, I guess. But
It sounds cool though.
yeah, it sounds good. And then in between all that stuff here, like we've been doing, you guys saw some of the stuff we did to this Griffin's racer, but we got the engine put in, and I kind of buttoned things up on it yesterday and the day before.
Clean.
And I'm really interested to see how this one does, because it's got a Comet 108 on it with the same exact weights and spring that I was having issues with on mine. So it's a different clutch. Everything seemed to move and work just fine on my clutch. It just didn't like the combination. So I'm really eager to see how this thing works. We haven't fired this engine yet. Planning on doing that in a little bit to give it like a heat cycle and tension up the track on it and stuff.
So aside from the healthy motor, it also got the same carb setup as mine. And then we also did we already talked about this, but it also got a 1-inch track and the works. So
yeah. And both this sled and Keegan's were kind of badly out of alignment. I don't know if that just happens from the pounding that they take or whatever, but the handlebars would point one direction and the skis would go another. So while the engine was out, which is the only way you can get at that, we aligned both of those, and hopefully they're heading down the track straight now. So yeah, so that's where we're at. A little more work to do, some more testing, and we got to go racing in a week. Keegan and I are hoping to maybe get up north today yet and maybe do a little vintage trail riding. So, yeah. All right, as per the usual, guys, day is done here, so we hope you liked the video this time again. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Channel's growing slowly, and we want to continue here. We like making the videos for you guys, but we need you guys to become subscribers.
Yep. Got a lot of you that watch and aren't subscribed,
Yeah.
so hit that button. Helps us out a lot.
Yeah. Make a comment on the videos. Again, we know we're not professionals by any means, but you know, if you have some insights as to, you know, little things that you see, changes we can make, whatever. Any racers out there want to throw in some comments, we'd greatly appreciate it.
The best part of the season is right around the corner. We're about to start racing and, you know, really getting in the zone here. So
Yeah.
some juicy content coming your way.
Got a week to kind of wrap everything up. We just got done running Griffin's engine for the first time. I got a little testy with the kid here because the engine was kind of doggy, and we were, you know, I couldn't figure out why. It's like, I kind of wish we were recording that, because it's one of those just like smack your head moments. And of course I blame it on him. The choke was still on, and we couldn't figure out why the sled wasn't responding. I was messing with the air fuel.
In my defense, the choke is hard. If you eyeball the choke on like a normal sled, you can see that, oh, it's still on.
Yeah.
But like on these aftermarket slide carbs, it's just an arm that's tipped down. So whatever. It runs good now.
As per the usual, though, too, work is done. So what are we cracking today?
Some Blatts.
Blatts.
I've never had this. This one is also from the old man's wedding, which was in 2022. So
Yeah.
they're a little old. That sucks.
Yeah, good beer. So Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.